That's a sign. I was doing the best I could to soak up every moment that was left of my archery season here in Montana.
Fresh out the boat in the promised land, 24 hours, got a gun in my hand.
At this point, the bull I've been hunting all season has moved off. Trying to find him is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. And after tonight, I'll only have one day left. But like the saying goes, it can happen on the last day as easy as it can happen on the first.
Paid me silver to fix it with lead. Vultures circling overhead, there's a number to mind their song.
For the past 2 weeks, I've been on the road hunting elk in several spots. The first stop was my first time hunting elk in New Mexico, where I met up with some great friends and was able to take my first New Mexico bull on the last evening of the hunt. Last day bull came right into our laps. I didn't have a chance to look at him at all. He just came over that cliff like in my face at 7 yards, and I was at full draw already.
I think it's the biggest bull we've taken here in 4 years.
Is it really?
That's in most years that's a herd bull. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Then we had a change of pace and headed for the high country of Montana to meet up and hunt with my good friend Derek Wolf, NFL legend who shares a passion for chasing elk.
Ever on the run, never look back, son. You live by the gun and you're gonna die.
Although we had a rough week of weather, we had a blast, but never could connect on a good bull for Derek. Yeah, at one point that one bugled, and I was like, damn, he's like, that's close.
Yeah, he was right there. He was right on top of us. You can't see into that.
Even though I had had a blast and hunted elk all over with some great people, I couldn't quit thinking about that 7x8 and couldn't wait to get back and pick up where I had left off. Well, it's October 7th. We're back here hunting where we started this season. We've been kind of all over since the last time we hunted here, but it's been quite an elk season, and what a welcome back. I mean, we just had this bull at 45 yards broadside feeding. Only problem was my body was twisted, so I had to slowly get turned to where I could get a shot, and by then he started walking at 53 and then went behind a tree, and then it kind of kept getting a little further from there. But beautiful bull, probably a 330 type bull, just classic 6x6. Out here mid-morning, he was just bugling his head off back here, and I figured he might be coming to this water right here, so we wanted to try to cut him off, and that's exactly what happened. He just kind of caught us. I mean, I was literally already getting ready to set up when I heard him walk around the corner, but man, that's exciting. Just goes to show you they are fired up right now. The difference before leaving for New Mexico and being back here was the fact that I had a whole other elk in the freezer. So when I was patient before, now I could be really patient.
A small hit of dopamine floods in my bloodstream. A notification calls me to act now. constant distractions divert my attention to the fact that I'm no longer happy somehow. The media.
My first couple of days back, I was focused on finding the big 7x8 I had been on the beginning of the season. He was all I could think about. I knew it was going to be tough, this late in the season. Then there he was. It was obvious when I saw him. You got him. Boy, there's no doubt when you see him. I didn't know at the time that that would be the last time I'd see that bull. But regardless, I had no play. And unless I wanted to spook the elk between him and I knew my chance of ever seeing him again was to stay put. Even though I'm focused on the 8x7, I'm still a hunter. And this late in the season, if another solid bull gives me a 20-yard shot, I'm likely not passing it up. But with what I had still left in the freezer from last year's bull, and now fresh meat from my hunt in New Mexico, I didn't feel any sort of pressure to fill my Montana tag. If it works out, it works out. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I was hopeful for the day, knowing we'd made all the right moves the day before. Then, like hunting goes, all at once, the morning took a random turn. I don't understand. I don't really understand what happened there. Oh, there's a coyote right here. Man, I wouldn't think a coyote would have spooked him like that. Man, we were just getting into the action here. And a truck pulled up on the other ridge and sent the elk right into us. I had the biggest bull right here at 84, but they were coming right into us. I don't know why they stopped. And now they're running the other way. Our wind was good and everything. I don't know what happened there, unless they just happened to see us out in the open, but I don't think so. We were holding still. Dang it. No sign of the 8x7.
Where the pavement ends, on X begins. I was being patient and hunting smart. The worst thing I could do was start hunting in a hurry. That usually translates to mistakes. At this point in the season, though, I knew I had to get a little more aggressive. After locating this bull in the timber, I decided to roll the dice and make a move in after him. I had no idea what he was, but he sounded deep and he sounded throaty.
Thought I was going to get in on this just growler in the timber. And right when we were making those last critical moves, he kind of decided to push out, start going down country to get some food. But he was already suspicious and circled downwind at about 83 yards is when I ranged him there. But we watched elk go into here and into here this morning right at daylight in the rain. And so we got high hopes they're going to do the same thing as last night. Fingers crossed we got tonight and then 3 more days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then archery season ends here in Montana. So see if we can buckle down and make smart decisions here the last few days we have.
I didn't feel overly confident tonight. Other than the rain quieting things down, nothing else felt right. But tonight proved that even if my hunch was correct, and even if I didn't get close, it's never wasted time out here. Even in the worst of conditions, you never know what you might see.
That other bull running in on the left is a really good bull too. We might witness another epic battle here to the death. They are going at it hard. They've been screaming back and forth for 2 hours at one another. Now look at that other bull coming in, taking their cow. Along with that other 6-point out there, he's big too. It's the afternoon of our 34th day of elk hunting this fall between here, New Mexico, and, just different parts of the state. We've got this evening and tomorrow, and then it closes. Be the end of the season. It's been a lot of fun. Fingers crossed, we'll see if he fires up here pretty soon and we can start moving in.
I knew walking in that this was likely going to be my last shot at filling my elk tag for the season. But I felt good about it. If it's the right bull and I make all the right moves, it could easily happen. as close as I made it, I could tell it wasn't going to happen. And watching him gracefully walk away, I was okay with that. I didn't know what to expect this season, but I came into it with an open mind and zero pressure. I wanted to hunt for that moment that got my heart pounding and my mind into a tailspin. And I had had plenty of those this year. I had learned more about the elk in my area than I ever have. This was one of the most incredible elk seasons I've had, even if I didn't notch my tag. It seems like the more I hunt, the more I've learned to appreciate the entire process, and that it's perfectly okay when they get away sometimes.